My name is Andrea Earl, and today I want to talk to you about math fact fluency. According to the final report of the National Mathematics Advisory Council in 2008, fact fluency is very important because it promotes cognitive efficiency. When students have quick and accurate recall of math facts, they can allocate more cognitive resources to problem solving and reasoning. In addition, students with math fact fluency have higher levels of confidence in mathematics, reducing math anxiety and increasing their willingness to tackle challenging problems. Finally, math fact fluency has been shown to have a positive effect on long-term mathematics achievement. But we all know it can be difficult to get students to practice their math facts. In this tutorial, I will share how 99math.com can provide students with structured practice and repetition and provide teachers with data to track both student progress and support decision-making. I will walk you through how to log in, sync your Google Classroom, assign fluency practice to your students, and how to review the data. Let's start by going to 99math.com. 99math.com is a free website, and while they have a premium version, I have found that it is not necessary. Let's start by signing up for an account. Select that you're a teacher, select your grade levels, and then select Get Started. You're going to want to sign in with Google and use your school Gmail account. Give it the permissions it needs, and you're in. We're going to be using 99math to build fact fluency. So we're going to select the first option, although they do have some other types of practice here. And then we're going to select Next. We're now going to head over to the side, and we're going to set up our classes. So select Classes. We're going to import from Google Classroom. I'm going to make sure I'm in the correct Gmail account. I'm going to select all and give it the permissions it needs. Continue. And now I have my class. Mine's called Andrea's Demo Class, and I'm going to hit Next. Again, I'm going to select the grade level. And while on this screen, you can only pick one grade level, if I have a combination class, I always pick the higher of the two grade levels. It doesn't matter because you're going to customize the assignments anyway. I'm going to click Confirm. Do I want to import from Google Classroom? Yes, I do. And I have my students. Your rostered students will show up in the space below. So now we want to assign individual practice. This is practice students can do on their own, at home, or whenever, maybe in their free time. We're going to click on individual practice. You can ignore this screen here to the right. Because you created your classrooms by syncing with your Google Classroom, that's not necessary. Students will just log into Google Classroom to see all the assignments. So instead, I'm going to slide down. There is a demo you can watch, but I want to assign a skill. So I click on the skill and I decide we're working on addition. I am in third grade, but I want to do math fact addition. So I'm going to go up here and I just want to do, maybe I'm doing adding by 4. I click on the lesson. I could do more than one. Maybe I want to do adding by 4s and 5s, but you decide. I would start with 1, let the students be really successful, then add another, then add another. But that's up to you, and that's where you get to customize. So remember, I'm in Math Facts here. I'm under Skill Builder, and I'm adding by 5s. You can see a little preview on the right-hand side of what that's going to look like. I can set a deadline. I like to make my deadlines like a week out. When I'm in the classroom, I usually assign the lessons on Monday, and they're due Friday. But you're giving students unlimited opportunities, so they really can practice as much as they want. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click Assign. And now all I have to do is share to Google Classroom. I get this pop-up, add or create materials. I'm going to call this 99 math game, because it always sounds better when it's a game. And I might want to do a little more here and say practice adding 4 and 5. And then instructions, as many times as you'd like until you are confident. Something like that. You decide. But once you have instructions, you can always just copy and paste them every time you assign 99 math, so you don't have to keep retyping this. All right, I want to assign it to all students. Done. Due date. I can then make a due date here. So again, I'm going to do it on Friday, a week from now. And then I'm going to simply click assign. I can view the post in my classroom. When I go into coursework, here it is right at the top, 99 math game. Now let's look at 99 math from a student point of view. I am now in my student Google Classroom account. So I am a student. I click on the correct classroom. I go to classwork, and I can see 99 math game, practice adding 4 and 5, and then due November 7th. I click on the game and I join. Now, the first time I log in, oh, this is asking me for my name, but when your students are rostered, I'll put my name this way. When students are rostered, they will log in with their Google account. I have 2 games I can play, so I'm going to start with this one, and here I go. I can either click on the numbers on my keyboard, using the mouse. If it's touch screen, I can touch them directly, or I can use my keyboard. Watch what happens when I make a mistake. I lost some points. So let's just go ahead and play the game really quick. I'm going to purposely make some mistakes so that you can see the data. And now I get my score. I got 70 points. I can continue. It shows me, so I can see what I did as the student. I got 11 correct and 4 incorrect. I can see the facts that I'm really good at, that I'm very quick at, but then I can also see my mistakes, and I can go back and 0 plus 5, and I check it. And this is something you'll have to show your students how to check for themselves. Oh, it's 5. Oh, I accidentally typed 0, right? You can also see how long you took for each problem. I took 2, this one was kind of long. I took 2.9 seconds and I got it wrong, right? But then I can check the correct answer. So this is great to show your students how they can be accountable for their own work and fixing their errors. When I'm done, I just push continue, and now I can play again. I could do it again, or I could go on to the next game. You might want to set a target for your students to achieve and ask them to keep playing the same game until they reach that target before they move on to the next game. Now I can play the home game, but I can go back and play this same game again. All right. Or I can leave. Oops, did not want to do that. If they accidentally log out of a game, have them go back in through Google Classroom. I think that's the cleanest way to get them back to the correct spot. Once they're done with the games, there are some fun things they can do. They can change their avatar. There are rewards. You get the idea. So there are some things they can do to play around, but I always encourage students, they need to do the assignments first, and then they can play around with the game. All right, so let's go back to looking at 99 Math as a teacher. As a teacher, you're going to want to actually go into the website. Then you're going to go back to 99 Math to your class. I can go to reports. Oh, and there we have. We've had 3 players play this game. with a 60%, that's because I played it 3 times, right? With a 60% accuracy, and this one has a 73% accuracy. I can open it up and I can see that I have these 3 people, but only this one's participated. But I can see her mistakes. I can see how long she spent. Because sometimes students like to open up a web page and walk away. And they say, oh, I've done it for 10 minutes, but really they were doing something else. So it'll show you how long they spent on each problem. You can also see the class average. The only thing I share publicly is the class average. And I might say on Monday, okay, Monday our class average is 73. Let's see if tomorrow we can beat our class average. And I encourage students to beat their own scores. So for Earl, I want her to beat 73% the next time she does this, right? And as a class, I want to see if the class will beat 73%. You don't need to reassign the game because as long as it's not due yet, it'll be active in the student's Google Classroom and they can just keep going back and practicing as many times as they want. Now, I've already showed you how you could create individual practice, but you can also do practice with the whole class. Again, you can assign the skill, say addition, maybe adding by 4, and then you can play a live game with the class. You would simply start the game here. Your students could either type in the game code, or you could, again, post this link. Now, I know this looks like a generic link here, but really when you copy it, if you see I'm going to paste it in a new tab, you'll be able to see that the game code is included. So you could just post that in Google Classroom. Remember, this is for a live game. So all the students are playing together and you can start the game once 3 students have signed in. This is kind of a fun way to teach students how to use the game, have a little friendly competition, and it might be great for in-class practice. I hope this tutorial was helpful and you and your students both enjoy using 99math.com to help build fact fluency. Thanks for watching.